So as far as whether or not to make content, we're kind of well past even asking that question. But we have run into a lot of people that don't have anything to say. So I think it is just an extension of brand, an extension of thought leadership, an extension of taking a stance and having an opinion on things. As far as entrepreneurship goes, it's always been the dream to own the means of production. That's just a value that I've had for a while. It's not to disparage anyone who is on the employee track, because I myself ride along multiple tracks at any given time in my life. And so I'm not going to be one of those purists that say, oh, you have to be an investor or you're nothing. I don't agree with any of that. This is just another path to entry for me that happens to be the most exciting. As far as LinkedIn, I am excited about it because we really just went all in on LinkedIn about 4 days ago, released 2 pieces of content, and it's kind of been a fun ride ever since then. And we like to call ourselves platform agnostic, and we've been doing this for our clients, but haven't really put forth any, as much effort into our own content and brand, like the old saying, the cobbler with the worn out pair of shoes. So it's really exciting to focus on what we are up to, our messaging, and connect with people that are Dream 100 clients, partners, people that we want to help and who can help us as well. Content is another way to reach out to them and further emphasize what we think and who we are. So it's really exciting. As far as some of the metrics with LinkedIn, some of them are less analytical and more momentum builders as far as excitement, with people reaching out to me, people quoting me, people having listened to a podcast in entirety, people making appointments to come into the space and chat with us because of my content, old connections, new industries. It's all been so fun. Since then, Facebook and IG, they had their bad day yesterday, and Twitter was having hiccups as well. And a lot of the stuff with censorship, we think platforms are being hacked. As we've talked about, and it's kind of appropriate talking about it today, being Independence Day. And I feel that my independence is that I can talk freely about these things, and the fact that I don't align with either side of the current political landscape. For Facebook to censor people, or for YouTube to censor people because they are right wing, is absolutely unacceptable. It's not okay. If we lose our freedom of speech, our freedom of press, we're talking about a direct threat to democracy. LinkedIn seems to be, it's got an old school vibe to it. It has a more in-person vibe to it. It has just, let's talk about business, let's network kind of vibe to it. It's actually refreshing to come home and come back to LinkedIn. We're still working through all the nuance of the platform, etc., but it's been amazing. If our viewers, our listeners are aware of what we're doing with the Ultimate Growth Framework, when I did an approach, maybe I'll release that video of me taking a crack at it. It was an actual physical process on a whiteboard with a marker. I think through that work, as well as other professional development on my own, personal development on my own, and that nonstop pursuit of those things in order to find my voice, I think the voice is maybe a byproduct of that work. And I think it's vital for professionals to take this matter into their own hands. If nothing else, if you're working for somebody, if you're at a company, you're a sales professional, or you're an entrepreneur, small business owner, solopreneur, whatever the case may be, wherever you are, investor, you need to take action on your own behalf. As far as your own brand and who you want to become, who you really are. And it starts with who you really are, what your values are. I don't want to take people out of my sphere, my network, who happen to have very different political viewpoints than other people in my sphere. I feel that I have a greater responsibility. I don't want to be aligned with either side. I want to remain neutral, and I just want to keep listening to people, keep hearing them, and understand why they have the pain that they have, because it's valid. If I choose to be dismissive, what is the point of doing business? We might as well just stop right now if we're only going to talk to certain people in the world. I don't see that as being aligned with who I am as a person, and what I've worked very hard to achieve from a personal development standpoint is this stance that we need to be open to one another. And not to be too touchy-feely, but some of it is just about commerce, right? It doesn't make any practical sense for me to get rid of perhaps half of the people that I could be talking to out there. Some people are natural talkers. Some people are natural self-promoters. If they're naturally good at that, but they're trying to develop themselves as an entrepreneur, their issue might be that they need to develop more empathy and more active listening skills in order to conduct more meaningful business and more business that aligns with who they are. Whereas someone more with my background of being, I guess, more traditionally introverted or someone that's more comfortable talking about other people, I had to develop my voice by going deeper into who I was, which is someone who likes to think of themselves as having an empathic leaning. Not that I was good at it, because it is kind of ironic. Yes, I was maybe more an introverted person, and yes, I called myself empathic, but I think a lot of it was a lie until I really got to understand myself at a deeper level and go, okay, yeah, I'm sensitive, quote unquote. But I was really kind of missing the boat on some of those things until I did deeper work as far as personal development. And I think wherever you are, jumping into entrepreneurship, or it's just something you have been forever, I think finding your own voice, it starts with you. It's very unique for you. Whatever you're bringing to the table as far as baggage and whatever you want to have as far as goals, and having that align with the values that you have and understanding who your Dream 100 audience, partners, clients would be. Just getting a lot more clarity so that you have mobility and you're able to pursue your growth and your goals without as many roadblocks.
You've been listening to the Social Strength Founders Podcast by Sydney Washington, as she breaks down her assessment of our company, our performance, and next step. If you are interested in learning how Sydney and her company can help you take your business or personal performance to the next level, make sure you reach out in the comments area or connect with us on Facebook.